There was a ruling yesterday. I don't know much about it, but here's what I know. TikTok is under threat again, right? Like we might lose TikTok the way that we've had TikTok. This is also the week that Instagram and Facebook shut down. And I am becoming increasingly more aware, although I knew this intellectually, that social media is not mine, right? Like I am not going to have access to social media. But what's happening, what I meant to say is I don't have guaranteed access to social media. But what's happening is as I get these bite-sized tastes of where I might lose connection to you, my audience, I am building this increasing desire to be like, okay, can't do it there, I'll do it here. Can't do it there, I'll do it here. I'm going to find a way to help these people, whatever it takes. So this morning, I posted a TikTok here, and I just want to talk to you about it for a second. It says, I see you because I was you. I can't read this the other way. I see you because I was you. Being sad after abortions doesn't mean anything has gone wrong. It means you are a human and that you have a human heart. Don't let anyone use your sadness against you. It's a beautiful part of who you are. So what I wrote in the comment in the description of this video is I wrote, if your sadness feels like a problem, let's talk. And that's why I came over here to just talk about it a little more. I'm remembering that in my book, which is here, the last page of the last poem in my book talks about this. So I'm going to read that at the end when I close here, but super quickly. I think so many of us use our grief against ourselves. We use our grief against each other, and definitely politics and religion are using our grief against us. I don't mean the healthy kind of religion. I don't mean the healthy kind of relationship with your God, your spirit, your angels. I mean the kind of religion that has an agenda. Our human bodies, minds, emotions, hearts are meant for sadness. It is not a sign that anything has gone wrong. It is a sign that we are human. And so many people have so few tools to explore their sadness that they think something's gone wrong and it needs to be fixed. So I just want to give you, like, let's say I didn't plan this ahead. So let's say three ways I might help a client explore their grief that they're feeling after abortions. One thing we might do is and it all depends on the client, it depends on the story, it depends on what I'm hearing and identifying. And when I say that, I don't mean that like I'm actually hearing voices, but the way that I connect to spirit, the way that I feel guided to help my clients, comes in just like these questions pop into my head, or these exercises pop into my head, or I'll hear a word really loudly. I am very spiritually intuitively guided when I'm working with clients. So let me give you three ways that it might show up. Maybe I would ask that client to identify the feeling, the word of the feeling, like the intellectual language of the feeling, and then help them feel where it is in their body. Like, where does that live in their body? And we might do some feelings work, right? Like exploring the feeling, the temperature of it, the sensation of it, and maybe even investigating, like, does it want to move? Does it have anything to offer you? Is there something it wants to tell you? Now, this work is not right for everyone, so I might not do that with everyone, but that is a road I might go down. Another road I might go down is, let's talk about a different time that you felt this feeling and a way that you moved through it. How did you move through this feeling at a different time in your life, a different circumstance? Is there anything there we can borrow? We can try on and move here because you know it already worked for you, not for someone else, not for a guru, not for a mentor. It already worked for you. Can you borrow it from a different time in your life and then tweak it, adjust it, let it help you now? That might be a second way I help someone work through feelings of grief or sadness. It's gonna be really hard for me to stop at 3. But another way I might help someone is to have them identify the parts of themselves that feel really sad. So for instance, like when they think back to, that point in their abortion decision where they felt super alone and there was nothing they could do to get it right and nobody was understanding them and they didn't know how to communicate what they were feeling. And the sadness is very much linked to that part of themselves that did not get what they needed at that time. And then maybe there'd be some, I don't usually do writing with clients on a call. Sometimes I suggest, like, if you want to, you could move forward with this writing exercise, but more like, how can you offer that version of you? Like for me, a time I was really sad was I was like curled up in a fetal ball after my abortion, feeling just so overwhelmed with emotion. Like going back to that part of me and just getting more clear, like, what did she need? What can I offer her now? Yesterday I did an exercise and I did record a different video about it that I have not uploaded to YouTube yet, but I will. Where we went back to that part and like transformed so taking that fetal ball version of me in bed and transforming her not to a different person, the same person, just transforming her in a way that a different part of her was taking the lead. Again, all of this, and I'll say this over and over and over again, all of this is a little tricky to talk about because I'm not with you. I'm not with your specific situation. And that is the value of one-to-one coaching. That is the value of you and I looking at the specific details of your story, because anything I talk about broadly, there will be pieces of it that resonate with you, but there will be other pieces of it that do not. And so I work with all kinds of clients, all sorts of like timelines after their abortions, all different religions, all different like reasons that we choose. And every single thing has similarities, but every single coaching session is a little bit different. I'm going to cut myself off there, and then I'm going to read the last page from my book. If you haven't got my book, it's called What I Wish, 100 Love Notes to Help You Survive, Come Alive, and Thrive After Abortion. You can get it on Amazon in most countries. You can get it at a bookstore if you just tell them the book that you want, give them the ISBN number. You can ask your library to get it. But the last poem in this book reads, "Refuse to be used as a weapon." One of the things I love about the way this book was designed is that we took these poems and printed them on different grayscales, because that is how I see this work, is like we're working inside the gray between the black and white of abortion. And our feelings after abortion. So this says, refuse to be used as a weapon. Complex feelings after abortion have nothing to do with whether or not safe abortion should be accessible to everyone. The fact that we experience sadness does not mean we shouldn't have abortions. The fact that we wonder what babies would have felt like in our arms does not mean we shouldn't have had abortions. The fact that we experience shame for having needed an abortion does not mean we shouldn't have abortions. Abortion doesn't exist in a bubble of standard feelings. It comes with the full range of emotions. and is different for everyone. Let's refuse to be used as weapons against abortion access. Let's define our discomfort as a tribute to the strength we now carry because we had abortions. Ooh, you deciding to look at this work, you deciding to face your feelings, you deciding to feel that sadness and not use it against yourself is what will change the landscape around abortion. It is what will bring us back our human rights. It is what will connect us and stop dividing us. So if you can do this work, if you can find someone to work through this with you, someone like me, please, please do that work. That's all I have for you right now.